All right. Okay, class. Okay, thank you. All right, today we are going over the Quiz 8 review. And today's date is. What's the date today? 12/4. Okay. And, okay, so let's go through and start solving these. We need to try and get the radical by itself here, so I'm going to need to start by adding 7 to both sides. So I'm going to get square root of 8 minus x equals positive 7, right? And now from here, I got to try and get this one right here. So get rid of my radical by squaring both sides. So square both sides. So it's going to give me 8 minus x equals 49. Very good. Now, I'm still trying to get the x by itself. So I need to subtract the 8. Very good. Subtract the 8. So it's negative x equals. I'm subtracting 8. So I get 41. But now, I got to get rid of my negative. Very good. Negative 1. So x equals negative 41. Okay, so let's keep going. So this next one down here, I need to try and get the radical by itself. So what do I do to this? Very good. So it's going to be cube root of x plus 5 equals negative 3, because I'm subtracting 6 from both sides. So now, a cube root, I'm allowed to have a negative, right? I'm allowed to have a negative. So now I'm going to raise everything to the third power. So as I do that, I get x plus 5 equals, now negative 3 to the third power is negative 27. Very good. Subtract 5 from both sides. So x is negative 32. Very good. Okay, so keep going. So I got to try and get this one right here, my x cubed by itself. So I need to minus 10. So I get x cubed is equal to 64. Now to undo a third power, I need to do a cube root. So third root on both sides. So cube root. So those cancel. So I get x is equal to. So the cube root of 64? Very good, 4. Yeah. Pretty straightforward, right? I need to get on D, I need to get the variable by itself first. So I need to get rid of the 5. So to get rid of the 5, I need to divide both sides by 5. Very good. Divide by 5. So I get x squared is equal to, give me one moment. Okay, so where am I at? Okay, so x squared, so 125 divided by 5 gives me 25. And this is the part where a lot of people screw up because they're playing with their phone right now. Just because it's under your desk doesn't mean I can't see it right there. So square root both sides, right? This is where a lot of people are going to mess up. When I take the square root of both sides, what do I have to do? Something I have to do to it. Nope. Yeah, when I do the square root, what's going to happen? Positive, negative, plus and minus. So it's going to be x equals plus or minus square root of 25. That is super important because, like I said, a lot of people forget that. A lot of people forget that. So this is going to be x is plus or minus 5.
So you would get it wrong if you just put x equals 5?
Yep. And since they're 1 point apiece, if you don't have all the answer, it's all or none. All right, for E, what do I need to do on E? Add 5. Add 5 to both sides. So I get 3x plus 2 equals negative 2 there. Square it. Angel, what do I do? I square both sides?
It's wrong because when it's a square root and you have negative, it doesn't work as D&E.
Does not exist.
Wait, so we use, so basically
Here,
it's squared
square
and
and
then
then
Yeah, right here. The square root will never equal a negative. There we go. Square root will never equal a negative. All right, this next one. Jack made a mistake. So what do we do on this one right here since Jack made a mistake? Let's go through and actually solve it without making a mistake. What's the first thing I have to do? Very good. Divide by 3. Got to get my x squared by itself. So we're dividing by 3. So x squared is equal to 27. Very good. Now I square root. So it's going to be x equals plus or minus square root of 27. That's it. Just leave it like there. Yeah, no, leave it like that. Leave it like that. Leave it radical. I like radicals. I hate decimals. Plus or minus. Yeah. Yes. This one is actually going to be multiple points, so you wouldn't get all your points if you don't put plus and minus. Okay? All right, so let's take a look. Hey, shh, please. You guys, attention up here. This one right here, show how to solve. So it's basically doing the same thing that we have been doing. Show all your work, though. First thing, what do I do? Plus 5. So 4x minus 3 equals... Okay. Square both sides now. Minus 3 equals... 3 squared is? 9. Very good. What goes next? Add 3 to both sides. So add 3. So I get 4x is 12. 9 plus 3 is 12, right? Last step. Divide by 4. X equals... Nope, it's just plus. Okay, if you notice, look right here. This is a square, right? So to undo a square, we have to square root. And when we do it here, it's going to be plus and minus. Did I have a x squared here? I did not have an x squared. I did not have an x squared, so it's only a whatever I got there. Nope, it's not D&E. It's x equals 3. Oh, sorry. All right, this one right here. Hey, I know you guys are paying attention over here, right? So what's the first thing I do here? Minus 5. Square root of 4x minus 3 equals... Nope. What is it? Negative 7. Because I'm subtracting 5 from both sides. And it already says it's. So you just got to show the work.
Can you just put square root whenever equal negative?
Yep, there you go. There's the answer. Square root will never equal a negative. There, exclamation point. All right, so let's take a look at this one here, please. So here is a graph of the cube root of x. The graph of the cube root of x. Use the graph here to explain why there's only one solution for every cube root. Say it.
Oh, I don't think you have to see the y-axis one time.
Yeah, basically. So now, listen please. This is actually super easy, and if you look through the notes, I do the exact same thing. See how I draw a line right there?
Yeah.
You could just choose any.
I get one answer. The reason why I chose 2 is because it's directly on the line. So when I plug in 8, the cube root of 8 is 2, right? Okay, what about the same thing over here? So when I draw a line here on my graph, is there any place that I'm actually going to have more than one answer? No. Okay. So you could actually show me this, or, you know, what type of line is this? Going this way. Horizontal line. Yeah, horizontal line test. So that's probably the most basic of answer you can get. Because anywhere on here, I can't draw another one.
Now you gonna add some crazy questions.
Okay, I will.
Please don't stop.
Ugh.
Like I'm already got a bad grade. Please stop. Why would you say some stupid stuff like that?
Because every time you do it, you make it seem so simple. They don't understand.
Ugh. All right. So, see this right here?
Yes.
This is an example of one that has 2 answers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, horizontal line test. It crosses it twice, doesn't it?
Wait, why?
That's the.
So horizontal line test, I have 2 answers.
Because they're moving.
Yeah. So horizontal line, 2 answers.
It better be like this.
Horizontal line,
I really remember this on Saturday.
there we go. You watch the video. So you get to this point right here and say, Jay Quellen, pay attention right now. All right. It says right here, use the meaning of cube roots to find an exact solution. Okay, without using a graph. Okay, so we're just going to solve for it. Okay, so what am I going to do first to this? Cube it. Let's cube both sides. Cube and cube. So if I cube both sides, I'm showing the work. This is actually part of the answer. I'm showing the work. X minus 3 is equal to negative 64. Now what do I got to do to get my x by itself? Add 3. So x is negative 61.
That's the answer?
You know, it always is.
Like you switched the words up so much, I've been thinking.
Okay, on this one right here. What am I going to do for this next one? Go ahead, what is it? Add 3. Add 3 to both sides. Cube root of x is equal to negative 1. Very good. Then we're going to raise everything to the 3rd power. So x is negative 1.
Wait. Where'd you get that one? Where'd you get that one? Just right there.
A. Okay, so A, the horizontal lines. So that's why I showed you this one also. This one, if I draw a horizontal line, it only crosses my function once, right? Here's an example of a horizontal line that crosses more than once. So on this one, I have 2 answers. Okay, so you get x equals 2, x equals negative 2. But in this case right here, for a horizontal line, is there anywhere that I'm going to actually cross my line more than once? No, nowhere. So that's why it's not going to work. And that's why it's called a horizontal line test. All right, anyone else before I go on? That's it. All right, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification button. And go ahead, follow the links below. Buy the merchandise.